Last week I recorded a video about the opening day roster set list that MLB released and which players you should pay attention to, not just the superstars. Well, that's way too long of a video to record and give to you guys, so we're going to break it up. Today we are going to specifically talk about the AL West and what players are going to stand out and who you should be keeping an eye on. If you're in fantasy baseball, you might want to draft these guys. Let's get into it. Moving over to the Angels, controversial because this guy needs to stay healthy. Mike Trout. Everybody talks about him every year as the potential MVP, all this, and then he gets burdened by injuries or he just doesn't perform to the fullest of his ability. Well, I think this year might be his turnaround. It's been a sad offseason for the Angels. Losing Ohtani, having to deal with Anthony Rendon's publicity that's been a lot of it negative and just saying he just simply doesn't care about the sport. And now Trout saying, I'm not taking the easy way out. I'm going to stay and play for the team that I started with, and we're going to win something. I'm going to put the weight on my shoulders to carry this team to the playoffs. This is his words. Last season, he had a 263 batting average, 367 OBP, and OPS of 857. That's with only 308 at-bats due to the injuries, but 18 home runs, 44 RBIs. If he can bring those numbers up, he's 32 now. He's running out of years. He probably has 2 or 3 more good years of prime. Let's take advantage of it. I'm looking forward to seeing him. Other than that, be catcher Logan O'Hoppe, who came off his rookie year last season. He hit 14 home runs with 29 RBIs. He only batted 182 at-bats because he didn't play the full season as a starter, being his rookie season. And he had a 236 batting average, 296 OBP, and a 796 OPS. I think this year is going to be his breakout year where he's going to start at catcher, he's going to end at catcher, and he's really going to perform well. Great defensively, good arm behind the plate, and his batting average is probably going to spike this season. Astros, I hate him, but I'll be honest with you. Kyle Tucker, obviously, he's going to do great. I'm not going to even touch on him. I'm just going to touch on one guy for the Astros, Yanier Diaz. What a deadly catcher. This is the catcher that I would want on my team. No offense, Cal Raleigh. No offense to Ethan Salas coming up for the Padres. I still want Ethan Salas, but I'll get to that in another video. Yanier Diaz last season was explosive, a 282 batting average with an OPS of 846. Now, he hit 100 hits with 23 home runs and 60 RBIs out of 355 at-bats. That's all I'm going to say. Oakland A's, since we're now in the AL West, we're going to continue down here. Brent Rooker went to the All-Star game last year. Really impressive with his 30 home runs and 69 RBIs. He only batted a 246. I don't want to say only, but it's not like crazy. It's not like 280 or 260 something, but his OPS was 817 out of 463 at-bats. That's a lot of at-bats to hit a 214 batting average. So Brent Rooker, that'd be a fun left fielder to watch. Now on to my M's. I didn't do last but not least, so don't get mad at me. But we just picked him up. He's going to be our permanent DH for the Mariners. He's going to be Mitch Garver. Came over from Texas, so I guess you can count this as Texas because that's the last team we got to talk about. But last season, he hit 270 batting average out of 296 at-bats, 19 home runs, 50 RBIs, and really performed well in the playoffs for the Texas Rangers. So I'm looking forward to seeing this guy on the M's playing good, heavy bat in spring training. He's had 11 at-bats, 2 home runs already, 5 RBIs. He's only batting on 182, so hopefully he can flip that around. But to be honest, the Mariners have been doing pretty terrible this offseason during spring training. Next up for the Mariners is a pitcher, one of the many very famous names that are going around. Last season, Bryce Miller came out and pitched a 4.32 ERA. In his rookie season, he went 8-7 with 25 games started with 119 strikeouts and 131 innings pitched. His whip was a 1.14. Now, as a starting pitcher, as a rookie, this is still damn good. I'm saying look forward to him coming back, especially now that he's learned the splitter to add to his arsenal that looks absolutely deadly. I would very much consider it to Yamamoto's splitter that he performed on his first spring training game and outing. If you guys haven't seen that, Bryce Miller, definitely keep an eye on him and look forward to the games that he starts. I think that he's going to earn a spot higher up in the rotation in 2025. Last but not least, going to be Texas Rangers. Now that whole team is stacked, let's just pay attention to their nice young rookie who only had 62 at bats last season but batted 306, 413 OBP, and 1.058 OPS with 5 home runs, 3 stolen bases, and 12 RBIs. Only in 62 at-bats, Evan Carter. Their rookie, their center fielder. I'm expecting him to come out and really perform well at the plate and defensively. He was clutch in the playoffs, and I don't see why he can't bring that over into the next season. Spring training, already 19 at bats. He's getting a lot of cuts with 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, batting a .368 and an OPS of 1.146. Yep, Evan Carter's a favorite in my book. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. If you can, before you click away, subscribe, like the video, or leave a comment below if you think there's a player that I should have included, or maybe one of these guys didn't deserve to be mentioned. I would appreciate it. We can talk about it. I can read my notes, and maybe I can change my mind. I don't know. PSA announcement: if you're going to be in Seattle for opening day, check me out behind home plate somewhere. Peace.